Hey everybody, Joe Mage here from My407 Pokemon, and before we begin, just a word from today's sponsor. Oh, that's right, we don't have one. If I'm being honest, PSA collecting is probably one of my all-time favorite passions when it comes to the TCG game. So I just want to take you guys through my personal stack of some of my beautiful PSA cards that I have on display in my showcase. A lot of people don't get a chance to see them. Jess barely notices them because she barely notices me. Anyway, so this is actually, I'm going to start off, this isn't even PSA, but this is, I'm going to take you through some of the most expensive ones in my collection. This I had actually gotten in a, I don't even know what, this was like a mystery box on eBay, and they said, oh, includes one graded card. So I assume PSA, BGC. No, this is NSA. I've never heard National Sports Card Authenticator. I had to double check to see what the hell that said. But this is a, I keep it because it's kind of cool. They claim it's a Gem Mint 10 First Edition Tauros. They got a pretty cool label. I think the case is actually kind of ass, to be honest. But it's a Tauros. It's a First Edition Jungle Tauros. I don't plan on ever taking this out. I don't really see anything that warrants a defect for it not being a PSA 10. I see a little bit of whitening on the back. But overall, I think it's okay. Alright, so this is actually one of my favorites. It's a band card. I love collecting band cards for some damn reason. This is a Moo Moo Milk Japanese titty sucking centric. So this is a Gem Mint 10. I love collecting Japanese cards, and especially that they're 100% better in condition and quality than the American, the English ones. It's just not even an argument. The quality of the Japanese cards is just so much better. But you guys can make it out right here as to why this would be banned in America, or at least red flagged. They have changed this card a couple times. I think they've kept the same name as Moo Moo Milk. But yeah, this is actually just a Gem Mint 10. I love error cards and I love banned cards. I just think they're hysterical. Except for one of them, which we'll get into later. Alright, so this is in my hunt to collect one of every Evolutions cards back in the day. This is my Evolutions pre-release Gyarados PSA 8. It is definitely off-center. You can see it. I wish PSA did a little subgrading at the same time. I'm thankful they didn't. You can see right here at the bottom, it has extreme whitening right here in the corner. But it's an 8, guys. I try to go for 8 or higher. Maybe 7. You might see a 6 in here. But that's really the goal. Depending on the higher the value of the cards, I try not to, spend that much money on it, because I just want to collect one of every card regardless of condition. Even if this was like so shitty, but it was still a PSA 2, I completed the set, so that's what's most important to me. But this is the Evolutions pre-release with the stamp right here in the right-hand corner. So that is one of my beautiful Gyaradoses. And I know who's a huge Gyarados fan in the channel. Is it Bowen? Bowen's gonna love that. This is actually the first card I ever got submitted and graded. This was my first ever Charizard GX card, PSA 9. I am going to get this regraded. I genuinely think it's a PSA 10. With the exception of the whitening on here, I think they could probably round that up. Maybe it's off-center a bit. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to bring this light down a little bit just so you can see it a little bit better. I don't see anything on here. Maybe it's off-center. That's what I got to assume. That warrants a PSA 9, but this is my all-time, personal Charizard card. This is my Burning Shadows. I pulled this out on a random pack when I wasn't even doing YouTube, and it was just absolutely fun. And we went to New York Comic Con to get this graded from PSA directly, and they sent it back to me. Oh, you know what? Actually, now that I'm looking at this is a little bit more off-center now that I got the light on it. So yeah, I guess it is a 9, but you know what? It still means more to me than the actual card's value. Alright, so speaking of Evolutions, we were going back on, this is my Evolutions 8 pre-release Machamp. This is a holographic, of course, from 2016. I gotta collect all the Evolution stamps. And this is what pisses me the hell off about Evolutions, guys. Look at me, I'm gonna look at you right in the camera. Evolutions cards cost less than the boxes and the packs on the inside. Please be aware of that. Seriously, do not buy boxes and cards to try and open it. Just buy the cards individually or buy a Master Set Starter Kit from us. Cheap plug. But yeah, no, this is actually one of the more beautiful cards in the set, dude. This is the reprint of the original first edition Machamp. You know what? As far as the reprint, they could have put the first edition stamp, but I understand why they didn't, because they didn't want any confusion as to why there was a first edition in any of the newer sets. Or maybe that's like a Wizards of the Coast thing where they just don't do first editions anymore. I don't know. I never really knew what the reason was, because they stopped it after Neo, I believe. And look at this. This is definitely off-center, but it's a PSA 8. Like I said, these are just hard to find. You don't see them anymore, and to have it in the protective slab is just okay. This is something I picked up actually at a trade show. There was nothing really crazy to it. I had actually bought a Shining Fates Elite Trainer box, and I said, you know what, I really don't want it, because the guy was like overcharging, but I bought it just because like I was feeling good about myself that day about pulling a Charizard, and I said, you know what, dude, I'm actually gonna hold off. I'm gonna exchange this for what else do you got? And he pulled out this Abra, first edition PSA 9, $175. I could tell you I definitely paid like $60 for it. Yeah, because that was the price. I did an even exchange for the price of the Elite Trainer box. But yeah, this is my Abra card. This is just, there's nothing special to it. It's just a first edition Abra from Team Rocket, PSA 9. It's kind of odd that this is a PSA 9 because it's off-centered as hell. There's whitening on the back. So I really want to understand what they are looking for in PSA when they classify things as 9 and 10s. I don't know. This is one of my all-time favorites. So this is my Red Cheeks first edition Pikachu PSA 8. I actually thought I had this in a PSA 9, but nonetheless. You can definitely see that it's off-center. There is a little bit of something right here on a print error on the top. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. But this is my PSA 8, you know? It's got definitely whitening on the back. I would love to go see the processing through it. It's funny because for the first time I'm actually looking at these in depth, where I'm like, okay, now I actually understand why they're 8s, why they're 9s. This is definitely off-center. It's kind of like crooked in a way, but it's still a first edition Red Cheeks Pikachu, and I thought this was one of the best cards ever printed. And you can see it's a first edition with the stamp right there and the 1999 logo. Or, I'm sorry, copyright trademark year right there next to Nintendo. So that's how you can tell if it's a first edition. Always look for, including the energies, the 99 right there. Why they removed that off later series, I'm not really sure. These are not necessarily first editions and or graded, but I had these in slabs anyway, and I figured, let me just show you. I had his Moltres one. I don't know if it's in this pile, but this is just a beautiful Zapdos. I forget it. Legendary Treasure something. I forget what set this is from. I just kept it in here because this is how it came. And I was like, yeah, I might as well just keep it in here until I figure out how I can get it graded. But just this card is just sexy in general. I got no complaints. If I were to say anything, it's definitely a PSA 8. Yeah, if I had to choose, if I was part of the grading system. This is actually really special to me. This is just a basic card. Okay, this is a Dragonair Roaring Skies Gem Mint 10. This means absolutely nothing to anyone, but it means the world to me because when I first met PSA at New York Comic Con, after submitting my cards for getting graded, they came over to me and said, which one would you like? I said, what are you talking about? They offered me a free PSA graded card. And I was like, whoa. So the only Gem Mint 10 that they had was a Dragonair. And I was like, I would absolutely love that. And what's crazy is because, again, this is off-centered. So I don't know what they classify as PSA 10. I have no idea. I feel like it's just whoever's working that day. It's like when you get your food ordered. And not to mention, this is like a cut right here on the angle. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is just, trying to like zoom in, it's like an angle cut. I don't know. So this was my first ever graded card. So this is why it actually just means the world to me. But that's that. This next one I'm actually selling. I'm actually selling this. I am asking $40 to $45 for it, depending on the offer. This is from the Elite Trainer box from Hidden Fates. I had gotten 2 of these graded because I wanted to see which one was going to come back to PSA 10, which I have in this pile. But this is stunning. This like mosaic glass feature of the trio of the birds. And it's interesting. This is, you see it's off center from left to right, but this is a PSA 9. If anybody's interested and wants to make me an offer for this, head over to I47 Studios shop where you can purchase this today. And Patreons, you can use your discounts for it if you want. But yeah, this is stunning. I want this to go to a good home. I got it as an extra grade just in case. The case itself actually does have a little like crack in it right there. Or maybe that's just a clamp putting together. It might be just a clamp. I can't really tell. You can see it right there. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's still a PSA 9 of a very rare card to find nowadays if you're looking to try and get a huge Hidden Fates Master set. All right, this next one is actually just in my search for collecting one of every Black Star promo from Wizards of the Coast. The Abra is the only one I could find, and it's a PSA 7 because of this right here. You can see the whitening right here on the top. Kind of shitty, but it's protected. It's in there. I love these cases, man. I just think they're so slick. I don't get any PSA cards, by the way, without the tempered seal and the QR code. I'll even go and have them regraded in the newer cases because I want the tampered hologram seal. But yeah, this is hard. This was hard to find. I'm going to look up right now if there's actually any currently on eBay. You guys are going to see it on the screen. But when I was looking for them, this was the only one I could find. And I was extremely happy about that. So that's just an Abra's Black Star promo. This is the original. I'm going to surprise you guys right here and show you. This is a PSA 8 Holographic Black Star Pikachu promo. This is the original, the one they reprinted the celebration cards after. This is one of my all-time favorites, man. This is sexy. I'm so happy nobody wrote their name on the top right there. Number 24. It's got a little bit... Oh, no, it's not a print liner. That was actually just the table I was going to say, but the front looks flawless. I think the back, actually, this could get regraded for possibly a 9, but maybe just the whitening would just, you know, knock it down a few inches. I have no idea. But that is my birthday Pikachu. Okay, speaking of error cards, this is the Impostor Professor Oak, first edition. The reason I got this is because, again, error cards, and I love seeing, you know, people screw up in them. Here is a blatant misprint. Exactly, there's no E in it, and that's why it's got an O. That's why it's a Gem Mint 10. That's why it's a first edition. That's why it's rare. That's why it's in my collection. Ooh, bad whitening on the corner right here. I never really got a chance to look at that. They did re-release that for Celebrations. This is going to be controversial, and I don't want anybody to be like, yo, what the hell is that if you haven't seen this already. The reason this card is so rare and is banned is because right here, it is reminiscent of a swastika. And I say that because I am not actually sure what the actual, you know, to me, it looks reverse. It doesn't look like the actual swastika from World War II. Anyway, but yeah, this is actually just an interesting card because why would they ever produce this? Why did they even print this? I have no idea. But it is, you can see right here, it's a PSA 9. I see nothing that actually warrants. This might possibly get a regrade. I'm going to be honest. There's a little bit of whitening right here, but it could look like, you know, part of the cards. I don't know. I don't know. You guys, let me know in the comments what you think of any of these. What you think of any of these. Okay, so this is what I was saying. This is the Gem Mint PSA 10 Hidden Fates Elite Trainer Box Full Art. Beautiful, beautiful. We already saw this earlier, but this is just the Gem Mint 10 one. This actually looks like a Gem Mint 10. I see nothing wrong with it. I pulled it out, and I actually opened it, like, had to take it out of the packaging itself, just to show them, just so they can grade it. You guys can see right here. Beautiful, beautiful card. That's it, I got one of them. I have, like, 17 others, so if anybody's looking for this card in general, just by itself, let me know. Alright, so I'm going to save a few cards for last. This is the Electrode First Edition. Okay, so there is a huge error with this. This is actually from Jungle. This is the first edition Jungle. The image is actually not from Jungle. This is actually from base set. So somebody messed up really bad, and they just copy and pasted it. They didn't even create a new image. You know, for this particular card, then they realized they screwed up and then they re-released it. But this is the first edition non-holographic Electrode. For some reason, it's the way it is with the image from base set. You know, this is it's a PSA 9, so I'm happy about that. I didn't actually know this card existed until I was talking with Leonhardt, and he did a video where he actually ended up pulling one, and I was like, I gotta get my own. So that is that, man. That is that. Now, this one actually I enjoy a lot because this was actually really cool. As a kid, trying to collect Pokemon cards was an absolute, flawless memory. And I'll never forget it. You know, even when I'm old and gray, I'll never forget it. This came in Fruit by the Foot. For some odd reason, they were putting Meowth cards inside Fruit by the Foot with a gold border. And this is a PSA 9. What's actually interesting is I have a few of these in my collection, but this has extreme whitening on the corner. I really gotta try and figure out how they classify these. I've looked it on the website. It doesn't make sense. You guys can see it right here. It's not really specific. I don't like Beckett. Just to be honest, I don't like Beckett. I don't like the cases. I don't like the labels. But in the grand scheme of things, and the fact that the value could fluctuate really, really badly between having a point decimal and then, you know, seeing what we're dealing with right here. Like, oh, it's a PSA 8? It's a PSA 9? Okay, I know what it is. But some of them, you just gotta wonder what the hell they were thinking. What were they thinking? Shout out to the Angry Video Game Nerd. But yeah, this is my PSA 9 Meowth gold border. I'm going to show you guys the last two of my collection. Oh, last three, pardon me. This is the original Black Star Promo 8 League Mew. Wow. This is, well, it's not the original. The original was a number 8 and a number 9. They were the holographic one. But this is a PSA 8. Mew is my all-time favorite Pokemon, and to me, this card is just kick-ass. I'm never going to get rid of it. So, that is that. Do I say anything that warrants anything higher? No, it pretty much owns up to the PSA 8. You can see there's definitely whitening on the top. I only have, I think, a few PSA 10s in the collection. But as far as the two most expensive PSA cards that I have at the moment, these are them. Not even gonna, I'm gonna hide it real quick. I'm gonna show you guys the back right here. Got a couple of whitening. So this is definitely going to be a 9, but this is the 2019 World Championships Festival promo that was given out to the contestants, and I believe possibly the winners. I'm not sure about that. This was on my hunt to complete. Okay, so you know we were giving away a bunch of Sun and Moon promo cards. So I was on the hunt right there to complete every Sun and Moon promo card. And this is one of the ones I was missing at 231. I said, wow, this is really interesting. This card is stupid rare. So good luck trying to find that. If anybody ever wanted to make me offers on these, I'd have to settle them for the right price. But as of right now, these are going back into the vault. And my probably best PSA card is because of just a story that goes with this. You can see there's whitening right here. You can see there's whitening right here. It's definitely a PSA 9, but of course it had to be a Charizard from Evolutions pre-release with the stamp right here. And it blows my mind because I paid $100 for it. God honest truth. I collected Pokemon cards long before you did. Long before the boom, long before Logan Paul came in, and everything. Long before the scalpers. Scalpers have been around, but it was just, come on. This card should have not have gone to the heights that it went to. And like I said, I like Logan Paul. I got nothing against him. And let's be honest, he helped me on this card. You know, the popularity Charizard rose. So I got to thank him for that, because the value in this definitely went up. If I'm ever in a dire need of situation and need to sell this, I will. But yeah, this is just absolutely beautiful. This PSA pre-release Evolution Charizard. Now I do have the Mewtwo to complete the set of the pre-release Evolution ones, but it was just, you know, it's beautiful. You can't, like, it's a PSA 9 Charizard pre-release card from Evolutions. What more could you say? So I hope you guys enjoyed looking at this collection. This is just a small stack of my actual Pokemon collection. But let me move this light back up so you can see my beautiful lift. And with that, guys, I just want to send a personal message out to you and say, if you're going through anything, just know that everything's going to be okay. I'm going through stuff myself, and you know what? I got to look at the light at the end of the tunnel. It's only temporary, because you know what? At the end of the day, we only get this short time in the world, and use it the way you want to do it. And you know what? I'm blessed for that opportunity. So thank you for having me on screen at your homes and in your pocket. But guys, this is all about you. I want you to realize this. I do this for you. I do this minimal for myself. I want you guys to have the hobbies that you love and enjoy coming back to see us. So please hit that subscribe button, hit that like notification bell, and everything in between. I'm Joe, and I will see you guys next week.